Hello! Perfidious Pete here, back for more daring damsel in distress rescues than an entry in the Super Mario Bros. Franchise in Rimworld. Though I have to say, our new heroine, Winnie Cobsworth, doesn't exactly seem like your classic damsel in distress. Sure, hey, I'm trying to talk here, Toon. Do you mind not banging on the bed so loud? Come on, here. When we found Winnie, as I was trying to explain, Toon, she may have been topless and on the run from a gang of tribal thugs, but the fact that she's 82 years old and blind in both eyes, I think more makes that an act of badass defiance and bravery than any true act of distress. Plus, Winnie beat one of those thugs to death with a freaking stick, man. I'm getting a lot more of an Arya Stark kind of vibe from Winnie than a Princess Peach kind of vibe. She seems way more likely to stab a man in the throat 40 times than hang from a window and cry, "Mario, save me!" That's all I'm saying. She may also be one half of the couple destined to set the world ablaze as well, and then laugh while it burns, because she, like our friend Toon here, is an unrepentant pyromaniac. We've got a lot of bit of firebug action going on here, and assuming she can convince Toon to be cool with the whole May-December relationship thing, they might just give birth to a race of absolute firemen, men made of actual fire. They might be the couple that gives us, the Pyro or the Johnny Storm that we've been longing for oh so very long. Yep. In addition to that, I suppose it's also worth noting, Bernard the Drifter is still here, and Krusty's still got him locked in his hole, waiting for his total inevitable mental collapse so that Crusty can go all L. Ron Hubbard on him and co-opt him into our little gang. It's gonna happen. Yeah, I think it's really only a matter of time. Oh, well, that's right, Pete. You lock a man naked in a hole long enough, visit him daily to indoctrinate him with a thick, hearty load of bullshit, and then force him to eat off the same floor he poops on? Eventually, he's gonna break down, and he'll give in to whatever crazy-ass ideas you want him to. You tell him an alien ghost is haunting his body, and that the ghost gives him the power to move shit with his mind, he'll believe it. Don't think I'm telling the truth? Just ask old Tom Cruise, Pete. He'll tell you. Too soon, Crusty? I don't really feel good about that. Anyway, we got some work to do around the old colony here. We do have a bed. Let's try and assign this to... Hey, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Why is this is not a medical bed? So how'd this bed turn out? That bed is poor. This bed is poor. Krusty's bed is shoddy. I'm not really sure which is worse, poor or shoddy. Awful is definitely worse. And Bernard has the best bed because, of course, he does. So let's go ahead and set an owner. Winnie, you can sleep here. Toon, I think you were sleeping in his dump, right? Give that to you. This bed belongs to Crusty. All right, damn Skippy, it belongs to Crusty. Rick is, of course, sleeping in the animal sleeping spot on the floor. We have a pet squirrel now. All right. Been a day or two since I played Rimworld, so you have to cut me some slack. How's our work assignment look? Okay, Winnie, actually, we need to get her fully set up and give her some jobs. So what are you decent at here, Winnie? What can you do? Being incapable of dumb labor really freaking sucks, Winnie. You won't fight fires either because, of course, you won't. Firebug. I'm telling you, man, if a tiny fire starts, Winnie and Toon are just going to sit back and orgasm as the world burns. I don't know why I put the emphasis on that weird syllable there, but I totally did. But if a fire breaks out, it's going to be Crusty fighting it all by his little lonesome. So definitely be a patient. How's your medical, Winnie? Okay, it's not fantastic, but it's decent. It's actually the best we've got. Oh, no, actually, Toon is our best. Okay, so we'll put you at a 2 then. Bed rest, yeah, top priority when injured. You know what? Let's bump Flick up to 3 for everybody. How's your social, Winnie? Pretty good. Oh, I think Winnie is going to be our new warden. All right, then, Crusty, let's get you off of that duty. We'll put you at a 4, just in case, like, we'll put you at a 3 in case the prisoner is starving. Then we'll put Winnie at a 2. We would rather have her try and recruit Bernard. Maybe the L. Ron Hubbard thing isn't destined to be. Maybe it's like an L. Rowena Hubbard. I don't actually know what L. Ron Hubbard's wife name was, or if L. Ron Hubbard was married. Seems like a man who owned his own aircraft carrier, though, could probably pick up chicks. Be like, hey, baby, you want to take a ride in my car? She'd be like, I don't know. What are you driving? You'd be like, a damn aircraft carrier, baby. It'd be like the president trying to pick up chicks in Air Force One. You think the president would have no trouble in that respect. He'd be like, you want to take a ride in Air Force One, sweet cheeks? It seems like it'd be a great pickup line, I got to admit. So, Winnie, we'll put you on animal handling, too. Since you're incapable of dumb labor, how's your cooking skill? Terrible. So Krusty's still going to be doing our only chefing. Toon won't cook at all. I suppose we can put Winnie on... You know, I was thinking put Winnie on backup chef, but you know what? We should put cooking relatively high because we want Winnie to butcher animals. We'll set our bill, and let's make sure we've done that. Go back to our details. Okay, our minimum cooking skill allowed to make actual food is 4, which is fine. We also want to up this now that we have more colonists. Let's take this all the way up to... I'm thinking... I like to have 3 meals for each colonist for about 7 days. So let's go all the way up to 28 here. We're not going to get there because we don't have enough raw materials currently, but that's where we would like a week's worth of meals for each colonist seems about right. But if we put Winnie's cooking at a 3, she will butcher, which is useful. Hunting, aren't your like fighting skills pretty respectable, Winnie? You have a 9 shooting. You're a really good shot. You're about as same good of, well, do we want to take away Krusty's 30-06? Wait a minute, Winnie's blind in both eyes, right? Yeah, you're not shooting at shit. Affects sight. Winnie has cataracts in both her left and right eyes. I'm not really gonna... No, Winnie, I'm not trusting you with a gun. That just seems like a recipe for disaster. Although she has a 9 skill, and she's really, really passionate about shooting. I suppose we could try it out. Maybe... Okay, we'll take Winnie on a test hunt. How about this? Let's see if she can prove her worth for the tribe. And somebody out there right now saying, Pete, she already beat a man to death to get jumped into the gang. What the hell more do you want? Even the Crips and the Bloods don't ask for that level of commitment. And you're not wrong, but I think a test hunt would definitely be in order here. So let's set her hunting. Let's do her... What's your construction skill like? 9. It's actually really good. So construction and repair are going to be good priorities for you. Your growing is really strong, too. You will not cut plants, though, which is heartbreaking. So you'll sow plants, but you won't cut them? All right. I mean, that's weird, but okay. Your mining, we're going to prioritize relatively low. That's Krusty's bit. Don't be horning in on Krusty's action. We could have you smith or craft, but we're not going to because you're terrible at it. Your art is fantastic, though. I guess if anybody's going to art, it should be you. We don't even have, like, an art table yet. Your research, how's it look? It's worse than Toon's, and that's sort of a Toon job. I guess we'll put you on a 3 in case you have nothing better to do. You'll go do that. Crusty, I need to... Crusty is not drafted. I don't... Well, that's fine, actually. I just won't drop your survival rifle, Crusty. Okay, Winnie. This is your chance to prove yourself, Miss I'm blind in both eyes. Let's go see how well you can hunt. Powerful cataracts in both eyes, but you are a fantastic shot, and you have a huge proclivity for it. Who's cleaning, by the way? Edward is supposed to be cleaning. Hey, Toon, I can't help but notice you're not getting any friggin' cleaning done. All right, so let's find ourselves an animal in the nearby vicinity. Somebody needs to haul that corpse to the corpse hole, too, and I would, well, Toon's gonna take care of it. Normally, that's Krusty's job, and he's gonna be... Why is this door open? Don't hold that door open. I don't want people randomly wandering by the corpse dumping yard and seeing rotten bodies and getting all upset. Okay, Winnie, we need an animal for you to hunt. What's the nearest critter? Okay, here's some wild boars. This seems like a good test of Winnie's skills. This is what brought down Robert Baratheon, Winnie. Are you better than King Robert? Probably not. I'm making a lot of Game of Thrones references here. Arya Stark, now Robert Baratheon. I'm not sure what's wrong with me. Toon's hauling a chunk of rocks back from Krusty's corpse hole? Yeah, that's something. How much negative mood did you get by walking in there? Like any? Oh yeah, quite a bit. Observed rotting corpse times 2. Okay, see, Crusty has to be witnessed an outsider's death, observed corpse, observed rotting corpse. Oh, he's suddenly really unhappy. So henceforth, hauling corpses to Krusty's corpse hole really does need to be a Crusty exclusive job. He's a psychopath. Crusty doesn't care about observing dead people. He's got no qualms. Crusty be like, I don't give a shit. I murdered him. I'm actually kind of pleased with myself. All right. Let's put old Krusty's trusty 30-06 to work here, Winnie. What do you got? So far, you're shooting about as well as we would expect a blind woman to shoot. Let's speed up time here. Is that like 0 for 8? No for 9? 0 for 10? 0 for 11? 0 for 12, and Winnie has walked the bases loaded on 12 straight pitches. How can this turkey lay off shots this close? She finally hit it! So call me crazy, but I'm thinking maybe the cataracts have some pretty significant penalties to the shooting. So while Winnie is very good at it and does have a proclivity for doing it, we're fucking wasting our time. So Winnie is not gonna be any sort of hunter at all. Never touch a gun again, Winnie. Just drop. Don't ever touch Krusty's 30-06 again. For one thing, it really pisses him off. For another thing, it's a pointless waste of time. You can't hit shit. Didn't you have a club earlier? I could have sworn you had a club that we used to beat a man to death. Where did you drop it? Did somebody move it? Somebody moved it. Let's just find what we got a normal wooden club, got an awful wooden club, got a shoddy wooden club. Well, Winnie, let's grab the best club. How are we doing on components? We only have 14. That's less than I would like. We got a wooden butcher's table, an electric stove. We got our battery. We do have an abundant source of power. We got both of our refrigeration units up and running. This is fantastic. What we also kind of need, we need a research table. Wait, do we have, okay, we do need a research table. So let's get that started. Production, give me a basic research table, just like a simple research bench. We're going to build it out of wood, I think. Let's put this right here. This does not take components, one of the reasons why we want to build this. And we just want a wooden chair to put in front of it. This way, Winnie and Toon, rather, will have some stuff they can do. Now, Crusty, what are you doing? You're hauling slate blocks to the stockpile. That's fine. When you're done hauling those blocks in, buddy, though, a couple things we need you to do. First, Annie, get your gun. Oh, Pete, you know how I hate to be without my trusty 30-06? What if a claim jumper comes by? Yeah, exactly, Crusty. See, this is the thing. We don't want anybody jumping our claim. We do want Bernard to join in. Come on, get out your copy of Dianetics, Crusty. You gotta dust it off. Tell them about our Lord above Xenu and all the glories. Okay, fine. 14% chance, though. I feel like we're getting closer. Here I thought having Crusty talk up the mysteries of our bright and shiny Lord Xenu would really kind of help out, but it doesn't really seem like, didn't seem like Bernard's that interested. I'm disappointed. But it's okay. It's fine. He'll rally around. Crusty will get him. Don't worry. So let's take this wall to slate. And ultimately, what I'm trying to do here, I do have a plan. We've got enough to build 7 of these. My ultimate goal is to build like a tunnel that we can have Crusty camp at the end of with his trusty 30-06 and just fire down this corridor, make it like a corridor of death. Anybody that comes through here, we want them taking a real punishment. Hauling back some clothes, which is good. Winnie may put those on. We should also probably hunt. How are we doing on food? We got 36 meat. We have 3 simple meals. Yes, I'm aware I can left click on the notifications screen. Thank you. Yeah, we really need to have somebody go hunt. All right, Crusty, you like to shoot too, correct? Don't you have a passion for shooting? Oh, you know it, Pete. There's nothing Crusty likes better than putting a bullet in a hobo's heart. Well, good. Why don't you come on out here? And I don't have any hobos for you to put bullets in the heart of, Crusty, but I do have some wild animals out here that you could savagely murder. In lieu of actual hobos, Crusty, consider, you know, some of these itinerant wandering animals. They're almost as good as your average hobo. So Crusty with a 5 shooting skill is 1 for 3 so far. All right, we'll fire at this boar. Even with the almost half the skill, you know, I was going to say Krusty's doing better than his blind sister, but he's kind of not. A group of travelers from rest stop at the plane are passing by. Okay, well, say what you want. I still feel like Crusty did better. He didn't walk the bases loaded on 12 straight pitches. Yeah, he walked in 5 runs, fine, but he didn't load the bases at any time. There was somebody hit a double in between that. The other team, he at least made him put the ball in play one time. There's another pig for us. And we might as well murder this turkey while we're at it. Oh. We could try and tame the... No, you know what, Crusty? Don't tame the turkey. Just melee attack that turkey until it's dead. Just go club it in the head with their 30-06. I mean, I know it's not your customary method, but sometimes, Crusty, unusual times call for unusual measures. So let's haul this wild boar back to camp. Hey, Toon, what are you doing right now? He's sleeping. Toon's taking a nap. Toon's a little tired. Who's feeding Bernard, by the way? Anybody? Anybody feeding Bernard? Rick, would you stop eating all of our food? Winnie actually hauled... No, never mind. She didn't haul. Okay, that's very interesting. We can't make Winnie haul a dead animal back to the corpse stockpile, but we can make her pick it up and butcher it. Also, we need to adjust our settings here because we do want to allow corpses in our refrigerator. Just, you know, not human or mechanoid corpses, just animal corpses exclusively. You gotta put a side of beef in the freezer, man. You can't just leave it out there to rot. Also, Crusty, shouldn't you be cooking? There's my boy. Nope, gonna go eat some raw meat, huh? All right, then. I mean, I suppose that's one way to behave, sure. Now you're gonna cook the meat. Hey, Crusty, put the cart before the horse much there, champ? Also, why did you eat raw meat when we had a simple meal already cooked? Oh, you didn't eat raw meat. You ate pemmican. Okay. All right, that's actually acceptable to me. Pemmican is okay. Hold on a second. Did we ever adjust Winnie's schedule? We did not, and we need to. So again, for all of our people, I don't care when they're active or how long they sleep. Just sleep until you're not tired anymore. That's really all I'm looking for. But again, the rule is, guys, lights out at 10 o'clock, okay? Lights out at 10. What's our thermostat set to? It is set to 70. It is 70 exactly. Fantastic. How cold is it in this room? 26. I kind of feel like maybe we should... Yeah, it's set for 20. 20 degrees Fahrenheit is... That's good. It's like 12 solid degrees below freezing. That's what, like 4C, 5C below freezing? You're a cold man, Crusty, just walking into Bernard's room and throwing his food on a floor like that. I want to say it's a dick move, but I understand your strategy. That's right, Pete. You gotta take away a man's will. You gotta make him think he's not even human anymore if you really want to break him down. When you're trying to convert him to the cult of Crusty, you gotta ruin him first, Pete. You gotta take away everything in him that's human. Break them down until they're just a base animal. And then, once you've got them down to their lowest rock bottom state, then you start building them back up with dreams of Lord Xenu and becoming an OT level 66. I have no idea what the maximum operating Thetan level is. It seems like 66 is a nice number. 6s are round. People like 6s. Toon is straight up eating raw meat, though, right? Or is this pemmican? What are you doing? You're eating pemmican. Okay, don't eat raw meat. Pemmican is fine. Don't eat raw meat. Toon's going out for a little early morning crop sowing. I don't know about you guys, but I love to typically do most of my planting at 2 a.m. It's, up before the dawn, true farmer style. Toon's sweeping up some blood. This is a plan I wholeheartedly support, Toon. Cleaning up blood is actually very useful for us. How's Bernard's will? Are you completely broken yet, Bernard? I mean, you're pretty goddamn close to broken. It's dark, you're uncomfortable, you ate without a table, you're feeling bad, you're in prison, you're in a cramped environment, you're ugly, you're naked. He's having a bad day. Do I feel bad for Bernard? Not as bad as you might think. What are we doing on food here? We got 50 raw pork. We have 9 raw pork. Do we really need to hunt this badly again? We have 4 meals and we're completely out of meat. All right, then. I guess we're really going to have to... Oh, we left this turkey out here and nobody hauled it. Well, let's unforbid that. And I kind of feel like we got to send Crusty out to do some more hunting. There's not an abundance of animals, though. All right, Crusty, we're going to... You're sleeping right now. Well, I don't want to interrupt Crusty. Let's let Crusty get his beauty sleep. He gets to be real angry if you interrupt nap time. Krusty's, he's salty under the best of circumstances, but you interrupt him from his sleep, you're liable to get shot. You wake Crusty up in the middle of the night, he's going to snap out of it and get all twitchy, like, somebody who's suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder after they return from a war zone. That kind of, he's just like, and then he just grab his rifle and start shooting. Krusty's troubled. But for entirely different reasons than, like a veteran. They've seen some shit, man. Krusty's just all fucked up and twisted. Krusty's like, oh, I seen some shit too, Pete, but most of the shit I seen is also shit I done. Yeah, Crusty got his dementia the hard way. I earned it, Pete. I earned it. Wasn't thrust upon me by unfortunate circumstance. Oh, no. Crusty chose this life, Pete. I'm a monster by choice. Okay, you're actually getting better with the shooting, I think, Crusty. Why don't you murder this raccoon as well? Fire at raccoon. I'll eat raccoon meat. Pete, you shouldn't eat raccoon meat. Raccoons are swimming with disease and often have, like, rabies and shit. You should definitely not eat raccoon meat. Hey, you don't tell Crusty Cornelius what to eat. Crusty Cornelius will damn well eat whatever Crusty Cornelius damn well pleases. Crusty will go out there and eat one of those hobos. You don't want to trifle with Crusty. You don't challenge him. Soon as you say, Crusty, you can't possibly eat a dead hobo, the first thing Krusty's gonna do, he's gonna go out there and start gnawing on a dead hobo. You don't want to tell him what he can and can't do. Great shot, Crusty. You almost hit the deer you were aiming at once. Crusty has shot every deer in the herd, but the one I wanted them to kill. All right, well, that's probably enough, Crusty. We have murdered all of the animals. Let's prioritize hauling that doe back to camp. Crusty has spent most of his day hunting. Meanwhile, Toon, have you been hauling? Okay, Toon's going out there to also fetch some dead animals. We're going to take them all back to the storehouse. There's already a dead raccoon rotting in our storehouse, as well as a dead wild boar. Crusty, he's going to go back and sort of revel a little bit. He's going to think about the day, kind of relive his doings. He'd be like, oh, it was a glorious day, Pete. All them animals are butchered. Oh, you know what, Pete? I put so many bullets in animal corpses, the only thing I can do is just wish and pray upon a shooting star that they had been hobos instead. If only, man. But, you know, everybody needs a dream, Pete. You gotta have something to aspire to. A man can't be a man unless he has a dream. And I got a dream, a simple dream, Pete. A dream, a hobo murder. I love killing transients, Pete. What can I say? Also, why do we not have a research project going? Auto doors, interesting, but I think no. Pemmican, we have a refrigerator. I think we're good there. Devil Strand? Slow-growing mushroom that yields valuable plant fiber. I mean, we already have cotton. Colored lights? Hell no. Brewing does seem pretty interesting, I gotta admit. Crusty? Here's the question, though. Crusty is crazy asshole. Winnie and Toon are just devout pyromaniacs. It can only end the catastrophe if we let them get drunk, right? They're gonna murder each other and then burn each other's corpses. Toon and Winnie are gonna conspire to kill Crusty, set his corpse on fire, and then form a murder-suicide pact that winds up with everyone dead in a pile of charred bones. It just seems like a bad idea, it really does. Microelectronics Basic only requires 700, and this would ultimately lead us to turrets. So I think let's start microelectronics. Again, research is a fairly low priority for us. We're really working on just sort of getting the basics covered right now. How much meat have we got? Really, that's it? We brought back an entire deer, man. How did we barely get enough meat for 4 meals? There's a turkey over here. There's a whole deer in the fridge. How much meat did that coon come? Man, the raccoon actually made a surprisingly large amount of meat. Apparently it was one really fat raccoon. Be like, yeah, it weighs 66 pounds. That's right, Pete. I caught me the county record raccoon, boy. Ain't never been nobody had a coon bigger than Crusty Cornelius. Crusty loves raccoon. We do still have some prepackaged survival meals. By the way, did anybody feed Bernard today? Like, at all? Apparently he's not starving, so somebody fed him. Rick? I really don't like Rick just wandering into the freezer all the damn time. He spends a lot of time in the freezer. Okay, see, now we're coming along. Krusty's stockpiling some meals for us here. This is better. I feel better about what's going on here. When are we going to get a harvest, though? 50% grown on our potatoes, 56 on our cotton. Our rice is 43, 62. Our plants are growing very badly. And we have got to get some harvests in before the winter comes. In fact, it's the 3rd of summer. How long does it take us if we were to zone, say, another grow? Well, we're definitely going to build another growing zone. Let's do it like right here. I think we're doing our growing zones, what, 6x6? What kind of crop could we grow before the fall harvest goes? Like, could we get some corn in? It takes 6.84 days to grow corn. It's really nutritious, though. How long does it take to grow rice? Almost. It takes almost no time by comparison. But we already have 2 rice fields going. Let's start some corn. Really worried about our colony. I feel like maybe we're behind the 8 ball a little bit. Also, Crusty, we got to get you to sort of expand the corpse hole a little bit. It seems like we're going to encounter a lot more people that need bullets inserted in them, and Crusty is the man to do that. I really wish we could set this area up to be forbidden. You can set up restricted areas for your colonists, like places where they're allowed to be, and then they won't go outside them. To my knowledge, though, there is no way to set up a place where a colonist cannot go without special permission, which kind of sucks because that would be really useful. If we could forbid this so only Crusty Cornelius went into Krusty's corpse hole, that'd be fantastic. That way we wouldn't have to worry about Toon wandering in there and seeing 80 billion dead bodies and being unhappy about it. Wearing tattered apparel. Why are you wearing tattered apparel? We got a whole bunch of clothes that we stole. Those are awful. Okay, maybe you're wearing tattered apparel because you don't have a choice. I mean, everything else we have is basically rotted or horrible. So clothing should maybe be a priority as well. Can we build a tailoring bench? Also, do we have anybody who can actually sew? Crusty and Winnie. Winnie could sew. Well, I mean, she could try. You know, Krusty's not terrible. He could probably make some clothing. Krusty's got his time so devoted, though. He's already spread so thin. He's like Bilbo Baggins in Lord of the Rings. He feels like butter scraped over too much bread. We got Crusty doing a lot of stuff here. We also kind of need Crusty building defenses. But the thing, you know what, Winnie can build defenses. So we do need it. We know stone cutting, so we should build a stone cutter's table as well. Let's get that going. And again, we're going to need a little bit of chair action. Always put down a chair for your work table. That's just polite behavior, really. It's just a nice thing to do. It's the courteous way to be. And then, do we really want to get a tailoring bench? We do kind of need, we're going to need coats and whatnot come winter, I think. How are we doing on components? 14, so we would have enough to build a heater. Do we want to build an electric tailoring bench? No, because it takes components. The hand tailoring bench just takes wood. All right, we're going to go low-tech on this. We're going to build the crummy tailoring bench. We're going to have to sew our shit by hand. We're going to have people, like, chewing on thread and stuff and coming at this the old way. We'll chew the sinew to soften it so that we can sew with it. Making stuff out of leather and whatnot. I don't feel good about it, but it is. Sometimes you gotta, sacrifices got to be made. Also, what we really need to do is get our people out of the freaking dark. So let's do something about that as well. Let's get some light. Joy? No. It's not power. It's not miscellaneous. Is it power? Power for lights? No. Structure? No. Furniture, maybe. Furniture. Okay, so you know what, Bernard? Maybe we can make you happy. Oh, we don't have enough wood. We're going to have to cut. Now we got to go cut wood. Fine. Chop some damn trees. We actually kind of want these trees gone anyway, so this is not necessarily a bad thing. We'll get those hacked down. Now we just got to wait. Let's crank up the old time here, get things rolling along. Rick, would you really stop eating all of my... There's no wonder we can't grow anything. Rick keeps eating all of our crops. Start calling you Rick the Dick. Kind of a jerk, Rick. Every time I try to grow food, you go eat it. There's no wonder we can't get a harvest in. You're not careful, Rick. I can tell you the one thing we're going to be harvested is you. Be eating Thrumbo this winter. Now you're eating a simple meal? Rick is just fucking insatiable hunger. All he does is eat. Rick, okay, that's it. Stay out of the crops, man. Okay, we gotta make an animal area or something. We gotta keep Rick out of our crops. This is unacceptable. So, zone an area. We're going to zone an animal area. Expand allowed area. So, let's make... I would really have Rick just, like, eating trees and shit. Expand an allowed area. So, why did that not work? Zone. Expand allowed area. I want animal area 1. Here we go. Okay, so this is now our animal area. Rick, you're allowed to be in, like, this region... And then we need to give you a path so that you could get back and forth. So we'll do this. Now, I want to go around the crops, actually. No Rick in the crops. We've seen the catastrophic effects of allowing Rick access to our crops. Let's do like that. And not the freezer either, Rick. Just the freezer thing, Rick. This is a basic hygiene activity, really. It's more for just basic cleanliness and hygiene than anything else. So you're not allowed... You know what? I'm going to ban you from the kitchen, too, Rick. I'm sorry. You're my beloved friend, the only man I trust on this world, and that includes my sister and my newfound friend, Toon. But we've got to have some kind of decorum here. I'm going to restrict you to Animal Area 1. Where's that squirrel that decided to just, like, hang out with us? Squirrel 1, where are you going? Also, why is his name Squirrel 1? Is he like the Sean Wayans during the In Living Color years, where they didn't just call him Sean Wayans, he was SW1, the DJ? Seriously, though, where is that squirrel? There he is. Hey, squirrel, you know what? You're restricted to Animal Area 1 as well. These guys have everything they need now. They can come in, but they won't be able to get into our... Rick, you better not be eating my goddamn crops again. All right, then. If Rick was eating the crops, I was going to be absolutely just infuriated. We had a discussion, Rick. We came to an agreement. You are not allowed to eat my crops anymore. We need those crops. One thing, how the hell are we supposed to recruit Bernard if he doesn't have any food or hope of food? Also, Bernard, if you join us, there's a pet squirrel into it for you. Pet squirrel. Pet squirrel. Who had a poor mood? Somebody had a poor mood for like a brief shining moment. We can't break Bernard. I can't believe he's immune to the L. Ron Hubbard effect, but we can't... I'm trying to break him down, but he just can't do it. The man. He's got some serious intestinal fortitude going on. He's unbreakable. He's Samuel L. Jackson in an M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong movie. We just can't... We can't hurt him. We can't stop him. We are starting to get some food coming in, though. Our crops are being harvested very slowly. This is good. We've got our first crop of rice coming in. Krusty's using it to make more simple meals. Winter is coming, though, guys. We got to heed the words of Ned Stark. Winter is coming. We got to get way more food than this packed away for the inevitable cold snap that's going to come. Just throwing Bernard's food on the floor again, huh, Crusty? All right. I mean, it's definitely one way to break him, Crusty. You're not wrong. It will work. Look at Crusty surrounded by his animal friends. How cute. And I think on that cute little note, Crusty and his animal friends all tucked away snug in their beds, dreaming of butchering hobos and shooting men through the eye socket. I'm going to wrap up the episode. If you enjoyed it, feel free to drop a like down in the comments section. Of course, your support does really mean a lot. And if you'd like to see Crusty maybe realize his dream of murdering several hobos, possibly by shooting them in the eye socket, might consider subscribing as well. Post new episodes of Rimworld every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Right now, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon. No, you won't, Pete, because I'm going to shoot out your eyes. I dream of it.